GPUs, it's literally been the talking point for the last 2 years. And some people are frankly getting a bit sick of it. From lack of stock to stupidly high prices to scalpers swooping in and poaching cards before you even get a look in. What is a gamer to do? Well, until now you had two choices. Wait and hope that the situation gets better, or pay over the odds for a card and then have some form of buyer's remorse afterwards. And it really was that clear cut until now. We released a video explaining how GPU prices are finally coming down and how graphics cards are at the lowest price point they've been in over a year. And if the latest news from ASUS is anything to go by, it's only just the beginning. Let's do this. Oh mate, you alright? Yeah, just got all the bits for my banging new gaming PC. Just got to put it together. It's going to be so much better than yours. Oh, right. What did you get then? The latest Intel 12th gen processor, a feature-packed motherboard, and 32 gig of DDR4 memory. See? Miles ahead of yours. You realise that board needs DDR5 memory, don't you? Don't tell me you went and bought the wrong stuff. DDR4 is so 2014. I can't believe you was that stupid. What? No, you're joking. What should I get then? For me, I'd be looking at Corsair's newest Vengeance DDR5 kits, or if you're wanting that all-important RGB, then go for the Dominator Platinum RGB. Oh, you are a lifesaver, thanks, but where can I find out more? By clicking the link in the description below, of course. And you call me the stupid one. So first things first, this is not an April Fool's. Let me just make that clear. It just happens to be stupidly awkward timing, but I'm sure as a consumer you'd rather it happen now instead of later, as this is actually some good news. Though it's likely better news if you're on the other side of the pond to me. Now what I'm talking about is tariffs, and before people start reeling off in the comments, I don't want to turn this into something political involving Trump and Biden. But just know that tariffs came into place on certain PC components coming from China, which included GPUs, motherboards, and PC cases that saw a 10% duty added on, which later rose to a whopping 25%. Well, now that the US government have confirmed that it will be dropping tariffs on various PC component-based tariff codes, manufacturers are keen to jump on the bandwagon and pass that saving directly onto the customer, starting with ASUS, who have now confirmed that it will be lowering prices of graphics cards in the US by up to 25%. Now, the keyword there is up to, and I actually have my own thoughts on it all too. Yes, certain cards will drop by the stated 25%, but whether distribution and retailers pass this cost on to the consumer, well, that's another story. It's also likely to happen on the less desirable cards, though ASUS have stated that lower prices will affect entry-level 3050 and 3060 cards, mid-range RTX 3070s, and high-performance 3080 and 3090 based graphics cards. Again, what actually trickles down saving-wise to the customer is a waiting game to see actually how things pan out. The odd thing is that ASUS only spoke about Nvidia-based GPUs, and there was kind of no mention or love towards AMD. I get it, AMD are the less sought after range of cards, but that's still a huge pool of customers that are kind of being alienated in a way, and you'd like to think that due to the tariffs being dropped, we're more than likely see these drops on cards from Team Red as well. Another thing worth talking about is the fact that motherboards fall under the same tariff code as GPUs, but kind of no statement has been released in regards to them. Though I guess the uproar about motherboard prices has kind of been a bit of a moot point, especially in comparison to the all-important GPUs. Now, while ASUS do account for a huge market share, especially when it comes to RTX-based graphics cards, no other brands have actually come forward with a statement saying the same, at least as of yet. Though as time draws closer to April the 1st, which is when these changes are due to take effect, we'll probably start hearing a bit more from the likes of EVGA, MSI, Gigabyte, and many others. I mean, they're not going to want ASUS getting all of the spotlight and looking like the good guy, especially as the move isn't technically by ASUS, it's by the US government. What about other products though? Yes, GPUs are the big one right now due to the huge increase they saw in price, but there's another product segment that has also seen quite a large jump in prices in the last couple of years, and that is PC cases. We've gradually seen them climb in price, though it just doesn't look as bad because cases are typically a lot more affordable to the customer, even with a price increase. Take a $50 case for instance. If that goes up in price by 50%, you're talking another $25. I mean, stop getting a Starbucks every day for a week and you could afford it. The same 50% on, say, a $600 GPU equals another $300 in total. That's a lot more serious and likely why all the focus about price increases has been geared towards GPUs and not other products, because they're typically the most high ticket item inside a gaming PC. There is one more thing to factor in with PC cases though, and that's shipping costs. They are still at an all-time record high and there aren't enough shipping containers to go around either. And with cases being the biggest component of a gaming PC, other than monitors, which have also seen the price increases hit them quite hard, they take up kind of the most room inside a container. So the increased costs don't get spread out as much as they would with items that take up less physical space. So while the tariffs ending on PC cases could see something happen in terms of prices going down, other factors are still at play. So we might actually not see as big a drop as we're hoping for. So good news for those in the US, but what about those outside of the United States of freedom? I mean, the world is a pretty big place. Well, as the US tariffs only directly affect the USA, it does have a bit of an indirect effect on the rest of the world for a couple of reasons. Firstly, GPU prices saw a huge increase globally the moment that these tariffs were put into place. So you'd like to think that the same will happen once they're scrapped. The other reason is that products like GPUs, cases, and other PC components are bought and sold typically in US dollars, no matter what country you're in. When I had eTeknix merchandise made, like the PC maintenance toolkit, which is available on store.eteknix.com, it was all bought in US dollars. So I have first-hand experience on exactly how it works. That aside, so many markets, including Europe and around the world, rely on the US dollar pricing for kind of not only buying goods, but transporting them too. So yeah, we could see this have a global impact, could. I guess we just have to wait until April, but with April the 1st being about tricks and pranks and false information, I definitely err on the side of caution for, frankly, any news released on that day. With that, let me know, are you gonna stick around and wait for a GPU, or are you gonna get straight on it as soon as we potentially see these price drops? Because maybe there's actually more to come. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, a like and a sub to the channel would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.